So you might have heard about this one. The New York Republican Congressman George Santos free on his own recognizance today after pleading not guilty to 13 federal charges. Those charges against the congressman include wire fraud, money laundering, theft of public funds, and making false statements to the United States House of Representatives. Here's part of what the congressman is saying about those charges.
We have the information that the government wants to come after me on, and I'm going to comply. I've been complying throughout this entire process. I have no desire not to comply at this point. They've been gracious in there. Now I'm going to have to go and fight to defend myself. The reality is it's a witch hunt.
A witch hunt, he says. Meantime, several Republicans are calling for Santos's resignation, but the House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is not yet ready to go there.
You know why I'm standing by him? Because his constituents voted for him. I do not have the power simply because if I disagree with somebody or what they have said, that I remove them from elected office. Now, I will hold him to the same standard I hold anyone else elected to Congress.
Stirewalt's laughing. Camera on Stirewalt. Well, I mean, it's a direct here.
That was a rich stew there from Kevin McCarthy.
Tell me why I'm wrong.
Well,
Kevin McCarthy's taking that stance because
if Kevin McCarthy had a 20-seat majority in the House, they'd have shot George Santos out of a cannon a long time ago, and they wouldn't be talking about that. But I will say this: New York Republicans this week not doing a great service for their party in court. And the same thing, it's not coincidental that George Santos uses the same phrase that Donald Trump used when he was convicted, or when he was found liable by a civil jury in New York this week. It's a witch hunt. And this is a thing that Republicans really have to address about respecting the process, being decent about these things, and McCarthy's in the similar bind on both of these at a different scale.
To Chris's point here, Alex, there's a four votes that basically Republicans can't lose 4 votes or else they don't pass whatever they want in the House. If this was 14, 24, 34, 44 on down the line, it would be a different story, no?
Right. I think McCarthy would be saying something completely different, like maybe he should resign. Right. But the fact that McCarthy's sticking by him, letting this play out, I mean, Santos today said he's not going to resign. I think we're going to hear that time and time again. I think unless he gets expelled, which would make McCarthy actually act on this, I think he's going to stay in Congress.
We live in the United States, innocent until proven guilty, Amanda, but you don't think that even if he runs again, which is what George Santos says he's going to do, we heard from him today, I'm going to run again, you don't even think he'd make it on the ballot?
I don't, because while Speaker McCarthy is standing by him, the local party is not. The county parties are very strong in New York.
And these are your people. This is your home.
I am. I'm from Long Island.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, in the district of the
exactly.
South. And Anthony D'Esposito has come out stronger than almost anyone calling for his neighbor to resign. And I don't think the party allows him to get on the ballot. There's too high of a threshold for signatures.
Isn't it that they voted for someone else? Because when I hear McCarthy, I'm like, nobody even knew who they were voting for. This is a guy who evidently was like taking, unemployment and COVID-19 relief money and saying he was employed by big banks. But I want to know who paid his bail.
Release on his own recognizance, so he just got to walk out because he's a congressman.
So he didn't have to pay bail because he'd gotten all this COVID money.
If you need him back, just set a camera up in the air. He will come to it like a hummingbird to nectar.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.